Good evening, and welcome to Talking Songs with me, Rowland Jones. Here we are for edition number 35. So we're now up to 87. We've had 87,000 viewers in total. So thanks to all of you out there to tuning in and having a listen to us. I don't know. What do we feel about the current news in the UK? Are we getting any closer to having live gigs again, do you think? Not for a while, I don't think. But in the meantime, we shall carry on doing what we're doing, as they say. So I've got some Italian guests with me this evening. And in fact, in their honor, I'm drinking a glass of Sicilian Pinot Grigio. So salute. I think I'd have drunk that anyway, actually. It's extreme. But yes, I shall dedicate it to them. It's a lump in that one. Okay, so I'm going to play a little tune here. This is we often talk about, where the ideas for songs come from on this program, because that's what it's about, really. And this one is slightly unusual in the fact that it actually, it's called Climbing Up Snakes, and it's about snakes and ladders. Well, it's not about snakes and ladders, but that's where the idea came from. So, Climb Up Snakes. To get yourself through, you do whatever it takes. Sliding down ladders and climbing up snakes. It's a mean old world. It's a mean old world. Mean to me, and oh, so mean to you. I try to do my best, the very best I can. Seem like someone pouring water on this drowning man. It's a mean old world. It's a mean old world. Mean to me, and oh, so mean to you. Is there light in the tunnel at the end of the day, or is it one more train just heading my way? It's a mean old world. It's a mean old world. Mean to me, and oh, so mean to you. Somebody say, buddy, can you spare a dime? I said, I ain't got a nickel, I ain't even got the time. It's a mean old world. It's a mean old world. Mean to me, and oh, so mean to you. Now, to get yourself through, you do whatever it takes. You are sliding down ladders and climbing up snakes. It's a mean old world. Yes, it's a mean old world. Mean to me, mean to you. Mean to me, mean to you. Mean to me, and oh, so mean to you. I haven't played that for ages. So, I shall place that, my beloved Gibson, back in its place, and I shall introduce you to a great band. Yeah, I was told about them by my friend Lawrence Zadro. Is president of a thing called the Blues Made in Italy, which I was privileged to be a member of whilst I was living out in Italy, and he's been doing his bit to promote the band. The band is called the Lovesick Duo. So I shall introduce you now to Paolo and Francesca.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. How are you doing, guys?
We are great.
A tutti, sì.
Yes.
Dobbiamo fare anche qualche parola anche in italiano, perché voglio fare un benvenuto per tutti i nostri amici qua a Manchester, anche amici da Trasimeno, Umbria, da Verona, da Sicilia. Vedi che c'è questo siciliano, questo per te, Max.
Da Bologna, perché noi siamo qui.
Anche Bologna. Ah, okay. Better go back into English now.
Yes.
The last time the live stream on our page.
Oh, good man. The last time we were in Bologna, we went into a pizzeria. Now, it's a pizzeria that used to have a lot of live music on in the center, and you go in.
Barazzo live music.
Possibly, and you go downstairs, and there's lots.
No, Cantina Bentivoglio.
Bentivoglio. Okay. Now, in there on the wall, there's a little color photograph in a little cheap frame, and we were sitting there eating a pizza, and I turned to Leslie and I said, "That's Tony." And the drummer is a guy called Tony Mann. Now, Tony Mann is fantastic drummer that I played with out in Italy, but he's from the UK, and he played with Chet Baker and Barney Kessel, and this is a picture of him playing with Tal Farlow in that pizza place in I think it must be 1972, and it's still on the wall.
We also played there for 3 years.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I like Bologna a lot. We've been there.
Yeah, we play a couple of times per year there. Not this year, of course.
No. The other place we went to where we ate one night was a sort of it was a Bravo. Did you say?
Yes. Is it in front of the Cantina Bentivoglio on the screen?
Yes, close to it. Yeah,
exactly. It's in front.
And there was another, and was it that one? There was another one we went to where all the meals were like Led Zeppelin band burgers or something. It was very odd. Don't know where we found that, but no, I love Bologna. Fantastic place. So, Paolo and Francesca, Lovesick Duo. When did it all start for you guys?
It all started at this point with the duo about 6 years ago, more or less. But we've been playing together for 11 years because we had another band before. So we were playing rock and roll and classic stuff, a few originals too. But with this new project, we really have found our dimension, let's say.
Yeah, the niche.
We like it a lot. We tried many times to add a drummer, to add other people and everything. It's fun. It's always fun. But the results we got as a duo, as a like interplay and that kind of approach is very unique and important. So we really like to do it as a duo.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing, if you concentrate on that as a duo, then it becomes better and better, doesn't it? And also from the logistics of it, it's an easier band to handle.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Also the expenses. No,
exactly. Well, I mean, it may you can get the two of you, and then with a double bass, a decent sized car, you get it all in. But if
a lot of things are better, but like like the
add a drummer.
It's just for two people, but also the expenses, right? You have to pay your part. It's bigger than a 4-piece band.
Yeah, exactly.
But for sure, it's easier to carry around.
I remember when we played the first time in a Cantina Bentivoglio.
Yeah.
We fixed all the stuff into a small car, like a 500, a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
And we arrive over there, and it's like a rented car. So we arrive over there with an amp and a double bass, and people didn't believe that we are two with the whole stuff.
What is happening here, right?
Well, I can vouch for that as being true, because when we moved back from Italy, we came back, and I had a 500 at that time, the small, not the original one, but the modern one.
Yeah, the new one.
And we drove back from Umbria to Manchester. Myself, Leslie, our bags, and 7 guitars. So I know it's possible.
Definitely.
Oh, sorry, and 35 litres of wine.
Of course.
Oh, it's a must. It's a must.
The bare minimum.
Absolutely. If it had balanced more on the top, I would have done, but it wasn't going to work. Okay, listen, let's start off with a song. I want to hear some. I love what you're doing. Let's start with a song.
We're gonna play the first. No.
Oh, you want to do the rock and roll first?
The first single that is also the name of the new album that is called All Over Again.
All right.
Okay.
Ready? Good. Ready? Don't know why I'm always late, wearing all my fancy clothes today. Interview for a brand new job, whiskey, beer, and soda pop. I'm gonna take it to dinner on a Sunday night. I'm gonna kiss you in the alley under the moon spotlight. It's gonna happen tonight. Sure, I'll call you back. I'm gonna do it all over again. They're gonna find that kitty, first one inside. She's my soul before tonight. She happens with me all night long. Ice cream gelato with mascarpone. I'm gonna take it to dinner on a Saturday night. I'm gonna kiss you in the alley under a moon spotlight. It's gonna happen tonight. Yeah. Sure, I'll call you back. I'm gonna do it all over again. All over again.
All over again.
All over again. All over again.
I'm gonna do it
All over again. Hey, pretty baby, what's that we do? Down hanging out, we run around shoes. And craving anything but love. Milky Way and chocolate dove. I'm gonna take it to dinner on a Saturday night. I'm gonna kiss you in the alley under the moon spotlight. It's gonna happen tonight. Sure, I'll call you back. I'm gonna do it all over again. Here we go. All over again.
all over again.
All over again. All over again. I'm gonna do it all over again. One more time, everyone. All over again.
All over again.
All over again.
All over again.
I'm gonna do it all over again.
Excellent. I'm glad you did that one, actually, because there's something about that song that really, really made me smile when I heard it earlier on today. Your singing in English is extraordinary.
Thank you.
I mean, I speak pretty good Italian, but I will not risk singing anything in Italian. I certainly wouldn't risk writing anything in Italian. But one of the things that made me laugh about that is that not only do you sing it like a non-Italian, but you actually make the right mistakes in the sense that you say mascarpone.
Right?
And it's just classic. It's one of those things. I've got a bit of an aside. I've got a guitar that was made by an American luthier whose name is Campilone, right? With an E, Campilone. But the first time I ever spoke to him, I phoned him up and he said, "Hi, Mark Campilone here." And I thought I had the wrong number. I like to think about it, because he didn't pronounce it. And you do exactly the same thing with it. You don't say mascarpone. You don't say mascarpone. Fantastic. So So you're so steeped in the language. That's the thing that fascinates me about it. I mean, when did you start? When did you start singing in English for a start? The pair of you.
It was basically like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
But at first, I don't know. When I went to the US after a couple of years of studying, I mean, on the field, like I really improved a lot because I went to New Hampshire a lot. Right. My old guitar teacher was from there. He studied in LA, USC, jazz and other stuff, and pop music also. So he moved to Bologna, love story for a girl. Then they broke up, and he was teaching here for 3 years, I guess, 2.5 or something. And I was lucky enough to have him as a teacher in my music academy. Mm-hmm. So when he moved back to US, after I got my degree in guitar, I talked to him, said like, dude, I want to come there just to study. I want to do like 15 days, very intense. Yeah. So I said, sure, let's do it. So I went to his place. I did 15 days. I didn't understand a word in English. I was terrible. It was really terrible. Then I came back again, another 15 days. It was slightly better. And I said, dude, you have to stay here for 2 months at least to really, improve. So I did that, during the winter time. So in New Hampshire there was nothing to do except like talking about the language and playing, I don't know, dive bars and also cool places. I love the place, but there's nothing really to do during the winter. So that's how I really improved a lot. Also because he speaks a very good Italian. And I had like a living vocabulary with me all the time. So I was asking questions. I was very curious because I didn't want to at least make very bad mistakes in the singing.
Because the singing it's one of those interesting things. I mean, there are a couple people like yourself who do Italian singers who do sing in English very, very well. Francesca Piu is extraordinary. I mean, because it's not just about the words; it's knowing how to change them. It's knowing when you can say it might be written as won't, but you can get away with saying I will not, and knowing how to stick words together. Elision, what they call it, when you take out a syllable and you do this. Knowing how to do that in a second language takes some doing. But you guys do it really well, and obviously it's not just one of you doing it; it's the pair of you doing it because the harmonies. Obviously, you have to be singing the same phrase.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I was always curious in the past since I was 14 about the English world of music, and I had a cool teacher in school that because we were a lot of musicians in the same class, she tried to keep our attention to the English stuff by translate many songs that we liked. So I've learned a lot of words. I have a good vocabulary in the past because of this reason, but I've never speak very well. I mean, now I speak better than before, but I didn't have a lot of friends to talk with, And this is the main reason why so many people here in Italy don't learn too much good English because there are before internet there were people here that speaks American or English. Yeah. So then I've traveled more in Europe, and I discovered that a lot of people speak English better than Italian. And then I came to the US. For the first 2 years, I came with Paolo, but the last time I came by myself. I mean, we travel on the same flight to come there, but then we split because I wanna stay 3 months by myself and speak with other people. After 3 months, the last 2 weeks, I was so stressed about speaking in English, because in Italian we have a lot of color words, many different lightly colored words, not like straight. So I need somebody to talk with a normal,
sure.
It's a very different. I mean, I've often thought this. I mean, when I first lived in Italy on my own, I did a similar thing. I did a crash course, and although I did have some English speaking friends there, but I wanted to learn the language. But one of the things I noticed, because I used to listen to the radio a lot when I was driving, and listening to Italian pop music.
Oh, sure.
And one of the things that struck me about it is that it's the writing modern pop music in Italian is difficult because every word that is part of the normal vocabulary is 3 times longer in Italian.
I know.
Oi, ragazzo, girl, ragazza, love, amore, everything. You've got 3 syllables to every one. So it's very, very, very difficult, especially if you are not an Italian speaker, to try and do that. So that's my excuse. So I've never tried it. But it's I mean, I love the language, but I think when it comes to those sort of things, I think you're both right that the complete immersion thing is the only way to get your head around it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
if you were learning in New Hampshire, though, how did you get on? Because you've been to Nashville and
right. So come sono andato fino al sud degli Stati Uniti, da New Hampshire.
Molto diverso.
Yeah, right. So basically, from New Hampshire, where also I came back different times. So on the 2 months and 2 months, whatever. After a while, I don't know. I felt now I can understand. I can talk. I understand I can understand what is happening. Also enjoy what is happening, because a lot of times I was like with musicians and friends, and I couldn't really get the conversations, and that's a pity, because you want to be there, you want to understand, you want to catch the opportunity there.
Yeah.
So a friend of us from British, I was doing a trip on Greyhound bus, Arizona, all the places, New Orleans. And we were talking, and she was studying at the Conservatory of Jazz here, and she had a lot of exams and lessons, so she couldn't be there that year for a long time. She said, just go with this guy, right? Just get a plane and go. You can do it. That you have a spot of a couple of months. So I went. Thank you. And I went to New Orleans, Memphis, Nashville, St. Louis. Then I went like for a month or so, maybe a little more, to Los Angeles, New York a couple of days, New Hampshire last week, and I came back. That was like my backpack, trip.
Yeah.
And it was incredible, unbelievable. The first day in New Orleans, like after 2 hours, I was there. So on Earth, a place like this exists. This is incredible. I have to come back here. So I came back for another 2 months the year after, and then we came back together for 2 months there, and so many things happened,
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Okay, let's have another song.
Yes. So this is called Second Chance.
Yeah.
And
is the second
second song. Second
of the
single.
new album. Bye.
Second Chance. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm driving in a circle all around the block. I'm driving in a circle looking for my spot. I'm gonna keep driving. It's getting pretty hot.
We're going to the moon, baby, and it's the time to be. We're going to the moon, and then we're going to dream. I'm gonna keep watching till the night.
See you down the street without a memory of you and me. Maybe it'd be you I want to meet again. You would start a date again, completely random without a plan. Maybe we deserve a second chance. You coming back in town today, although I didn't know. You coming back today. day. City's covered in snow. Used to be your shelter. Now we feel so cold.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You're always on my mind. One matter what I left behind. Tomorrow will be bright. If I'm looking forward, see you and I. If I see you down the street, without a memory of you and me, maybe it'd be you I want to meet again. If we start a date again, completely random without a plan, maybe we deserve the second chance. See you down the street without a memory of you and me. Maybe it's be you I want to meet again. If we start a date again, completely random without a plan, maybe we deserve a second chance. Maybe we deserve a second chance.
Lovely. Great stuff. I love that thing with the brushes on the. Is that your idea? That I've seen people just playing it on double bass before, but to have is it just a pad that you've got on the instrument, or is it actually like a skin?
We saw it the first time in Nashville.
Right.
On a double bass of a guy that is called Jared Manzo, and he's playing with Chris Craggs, you know
right,
him?
okay. Yeah.
And Paolo told me that the first time he came in Nashville, and then I saw him, and then we discovered that it was invented in the 40s.
Right.
It's something from the past. I don't know, 30s, 40s, whatever.
Anyway, there were quite a few things like that. I mean, the guitar stands that they used to use when they put like. So you could play the guitar whilst it was still on a stand, those sort of things that there's a lot of the country guys used to use back in the 30s.
Yeah.
I've seen that used quite a lot more recently, so it's good stuff. It's good.
Yeah,
stuff.
I've tried after his advice, and the first time I made it, it was by come si chiama un corniciaio. A guy
a frame builder.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him to do a thing like that with a skin of his hair, and he looked at me like, what? And then I found a luthier of a guitars. And we made a new one.
That's brilliant.
With the feet that you can adjust. For your double bass, so we sell it online.
Fantastic.
And we adapted. We redesigned a new one, and for everyone that want to try, a new
fantastic
kind of instrument.
Yeah, it works well. It works really well. Listen, I've got lots of messages here for you from various people. Direi che siete stupendi e dire poco. Osvaldo Grattarola.
Grazie.
Antonio Caldelieri. Alessio Croccolino. Alessio from QZ. Also mention of Luca Camarotta.
Oh. Hi everybody. Ciao a tutti.
Yeah, ciao a tutti. Vincenzo Uccello, Alessio Croccolino again.
Ciao Vincenzo, Alessio. Thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah, you got lots of people here. Lots of people here enjoying it.
Awesome.
Michi. God, there's hundreds. You've got a good following out there, mate. You really have, guys.
We're glad.
I think we have to say thank you to Lorenzo. That this is why we meet today. Maybe
absolutely.
People don't know.
Yeah, Lawrence is a good man. It's I first met him 2009, and we were traveling back to Britain to visit as his family, and he invited us to stop over, and I played with him and his band, the Whiskers Band, I think they were called at the time, and then we've been friends ever since, and I've only managed to get to the Raduno once.
Okay.
The second year it was on, but he's a good man. He's a good man, and he speaks very highly of you too. He really loves what you guys do.
Love you a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What about writing? When did you start writing? Now, do you co-write, or do you?
I write and we co-arrange. Let's say,
right. Yeah.
Sometimes, also little pieces here and there, but basically, I'm the songwriter. And.
But you co-write it with the.
Yeah, I have two songs from our last album are co-written with Luke Winslow King. I don't know if you know the guy.
No.
He's an American fella that is a great blues artist. So check him out. And he did a lot. He lived 9 or 10 years, I guess. I don't know. In New Orleans, then he moved back to Michigan, I guess. Yeah. And during the quarantine, we did a lot of video call.
Yeah.
Working on a couple of songs for fun and to connect. So there's a couple of songs with them. There's another song with my old guitar teacher, Brad Myrick.
Nice.
And basically he helped me out also with English, checking like grammar mistakes or dude, you have to work on this, I don't know, pre-chorus a little bit more. And I like that because he's also a musician, so he can check the structure of the thing and do this is already good, this maybe work a little more on this one. So you kind of help me out that way. Then we co-written a song and I have another friend here called Rochelle. We have, and she's a school teacher from Minnesota, but she lives here in Bologna. So for a couple of songs, she helped me with English when I started a little bit. But basically, the most of the song was already there. Let's say. Okay.
But one of the things about the sort of style of music that you play, I mean, it's very much American music, right? And in the same way that the stuff that I write and play is bluesy based. And the thing that one of the interesting things for me, because I think we all do it, is that you have. I mean, if I'm writing a song and I need to mention a car, I'm not going to mention a Ford. I might mention. Well, actually, I might mention a Ford, but I'm not going to use a British car. It's more likely to be a Cadillac.
Okay, sure.
I mean, you guys, you're not going to say it's a Cinquecento, are you? It's
it's 4 men. That's too many letters.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's funny because it's in a sense that we're all kind of writing in a different culture, as it were.
Yes. I kind of feel then like I'm half and half in a kind of way.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. 80% Italian, let's say. I spent time here. Like I did the math. I kind of lived there total, I don't know, almost 2 years. Not 2 years, but a little less. So I kind of, a lot of times I think in English. I watch all the movies in English. Everything online is in English. My day is in English basically, except for the people I'm talking to that I hear. Yeah. So a lot of times that's the obvious choice, right? And I know I have an American accent when I talk and when I sing because I learned it there.
Yeah.
And so I love the music. I love the music. That's the thing. That's it.
But the American accent thing is quite. the bass player I worked with was from Sartiano, and he speaks very good English, and because we always spoke in Italian, but every now and then he'd speak to somebody else in English, and he comes out with this broad American accent, and I have no idea where it came from. It's just,
right.
Guido, Mac. It's like,
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But of course it's the same in a sense for us, even if we are English speakers, because English American and English and American English are quite different, in terms of is it a sidewalk or is it a pavement type of thing?
Sure.
So, but I have to admit, you do it very, very well. So, I think we like another song. I'm gonna make you work. Sorry.
Don't worry. All right. This one is one of the two songs that I wrote with Luke Winslow King. It's the one where like you touch less. There's another one where I feel that we did like more like equal part. That's another one. This is more a blues rock and roll thing that's fun to play. It's called Black and White Light. Ready? Black and white light. Black and white light for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I might feel like crying at night. Gonna find me somebody. It's getting kind of late. Even if it ain't you, babe. This is what I crave. It's a black and white light. Black and white light for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I might feel like crying at night. I can barely stand on my 2 feet. I can't tolerate it, but help is what I need. It's black and white light. Black and white light for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I might feel like crying. I'm living on this tyrant, this life is killing me. I'll die if I hold my breath for eternity. It's a black and white light. Black and white light for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I might feel like crying at night. Feel like crying.
Excellent. So, somebody's just written it. Fabrizio Fico has written, she and him are from the 50s. Loads of comments coming in, quite a few from France, quite a few from Italy. One from Carl Wyatt. Do you know Carl?
Carl Wyatt. Yeah, sure.
Carl Wyatt, yeah?
Yeah, who is it?
He's
Is it Kirk?
No, Carl Wyatt.
Oh, Carl Wyatt. Sorry,
guitar player. He's a guitar player from. He's because he was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I met him at the Blues Made in Italy Raduno in Chirea 10 years ago. So, but he's saying he's enjoying it as well. Who else have we got? Lots of other people coming in here. Lots from France.
People from France.
Oh, we're definitely hitting the multinational bit tonight. Complimenti grandi from Elio Scappa.
Grande
Elio, grazie.
Elio ci segue spesso.
Ah, sì?
Sì.
Ok.
Yes.
Sono amici veri, ok.
Top fan.
Sempre bravi, meritano. Giuliano Tumbanti. Yeah, lots of people enjoying it. It's great. Me too.
Great.
I have to say that for a two-piece band, there's a hell of a lot of stuff going on in there. It really is. It really is amazing. I mean, the fact that you what the sounds you get out of the guitar are great. When you did the lap steel before, and in terms of the rhythm of it, Francesca, I mean, how have you got a drummer hidden in there somewhere?
I played before the Lovesick Duo with Paolo. We played in a 4-pieces band. Yeah, and the last drummer that we had, his nickname is Big Drummer. So can you imagine how big is it? So he's one of the best here in Italy. And
who's that?
His name is Ivano Zanotti.
Zanotti. He's from the north.
Yeah, he's here from Bologna. Okay. And we've played together for 2 years, and I've learned in 6 months with him how to play. After 6 months, we came down to a stage, and he told me, "Okay, now you can play with everyone."
Excellent.
But before, I always played with a drummer, but I didn't know how was the groove. The groove was, and he told me we can work together. So every time we play together on the stage, and I didn't play with them on the kick,
That was funny on stage. He was playing drums.
He's screaming, he's screaming and say, "Francesca, okay." So I remember to listen.
He was always like pounding on his kick drums, like with a stick, like starting playing with just one stick. To do it. This one, like stay here.
During the play,
don't run away, man.
Francesca. And so I remember to listen, and then after 2 minutes, Francesca, okay.
Because she was pinning up.
Because I always pin up, and always, I care about the songs and the people around so much. I always looking around the people, so I distract myself from the behind. But it was impossible with him.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things. It's one of the things that I've always thought, and I've heard so many people say, is that one of the crucial things, especially when you see young inexperienced musicians playing, is that they don't listen to each other.
Yeah, right.
And I heard a wonderful quote last night from it's a documentary about the guitar, and George Benson was on it. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that when he was very young, because he was already gigging when he was about 11. He was actually making a living out of it because there was no other way of doing it. And he was saying that at a certain point, he met Wes Montgomery, who was his great hero. And he met Wes Montgomery, and he said, so I said to him, "Mr. Montgomery, sir, can you teach me something?" And he said, "No." George Benson said, "Why not?" He said, "Because I'm too busy learning the guitar myself."
That's a good one, man.
I thought it was fantastic. The sort of the modesty of him.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome.
It's fantastic. It's a bit like there's a thing on Facebook I've seen a couple of times, and it's comparing two people, and Kanye West, who described himself as an utter musical genius, and Jimi Hendrix, on the other hand, who said, "I don't like compliments; it distracts me," which I find a much more sane approach to music. So yeah, I'm just knocked out by the complexity of the sound you produce for two people. It's fantastic, it really is good.
We work a lot about the sounds also because the first time I played the double bass, I didn't have this one. Also, I changed strings, try to discover the sound that I like. But you know, the price of the double bass string is not like the price of a
guitar string.
Guitar. So when you buy it, you have to keep it until you
till they break.
So and so you know, you play with a bad sound and say, no, I don't wanna. So during your play, you try to listen other double bass player find you best sound, and I love the sound of Jimmy Sutton. He's a double bass player of J.D. McPherson. I don't know if you know, and he's a great sound. So when I met him, I asked to him about
like a real geek. What strings are you using? Right?
I wasn't that person. I wasn't that person. I'm not that. But when I saw him, I asked him just the strings and the pickup and the amp because I really need it. It's very hard. You pay a lot of the strings and you use it and you don't like it. But
I know.
Of course, he was using like crazy expensive strings, and now she's using those, and they are crazy expensive.
And they're crazy expensive, but at the end of the day, if it gives you the sound you want, that's
right.
All that really matters. Yeah. Who do you like in terms of bands that you think of? I mean, clearly there's a lot of influence from early stuff. What about what people are doing these days? Is there anybody that you really enjoy?
We love JD. We love Pokey Lafarge. You know Pokey Lafarge?
Yeah.
We love Chris Stapleton.
I like to do. I know it's a controversial thing for country music lovers, but I think he's a great songwriter. I like.
Yeah.
Also, we like Rhonda Vincent. We like.
Don't say we all the time. Like I'm getting caught in this. I love Rhonda is great. Like, but if I had to say a bluegrass band that I like the what's the name of the bluegrass band where
Steel Drivers.
Yeah,
Steel Drivers. I love the Steel Drivers. Fantastic.
Because there's Chris Stapleton to his side, and he wrote so many songs, right?
Yeah.
And also, the guys that are doing all the Flemish Crux stuff with Jerry Douglas and dobro.
Right. Douglas is an amazing
Leicester. Earls of Leicester, something like that.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They had I don't know. They have 2 albums that are wonderful. All the classic stuff. I know it's not original.
We love the Larkin Poe.
Yeah. Great.
I love Brad Paisley.
You said I then, not we.
Yeah, but she's continuing doing this like we. Except for Brad.
But the one that I love is from England. It's not the country one, but it's for Jet. I love Jamie Cullum.
Oh right. Yeah, great. Yeah, just amazing musician.
That's one of my favorites.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, he's still alive, so he counts.
Also Jerry.
Well, I read a quote. A quote somebody wrote a while ago. I can't think who it was. They were saying, I think that Willie Nelson and Keith Richards need to think about the type of world they're going to leave to the youngsters.
Yeah, right. I love that quote, man. That's so funny.
Right. It's great. Yeah. One of the things that you played before and made me. Do you know? I'm always plugging this band. Band called Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks.
No.
Oh, check him out.
What the name?
Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks. He died.
That's cool.
He died a couple of years ago, but it's like a Western swing band.
I think I heard his name.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
The guy that I love that died some years ago it was like his name is Nick Curran. You know Nick Curran from the Thunderbirds?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing.
I saw him one time in Milan. It was great. It was a few months before his death. And
need a beautiful girl to hold me tight.
Excellent.
Also, Asleep at the Wheels counts because they're
live. Asleep at the Wheel. I would love to have seen.
I never saw them live though.
No, it's just
fantastic. I'd love to. And
I saw them. They were appearing in Manchester. It would have been, oh God, then that's 1976 or 77, something like that. And there was a British journalist on the local radio station who was really into music. He founded Factory Records and all that stuff, Tony Wilson, and he got Asleep at the Wheel into the studio to play something live on the early evening slot. And he was chatting to the singer at the beginning, and all he wanted to talk about was Boddington's beer, because that was our local brewery at the time, and that's all he wanted to talk. And he wouldn't talk about the music at all. He just talked about the beer, which I thought was wonderful.
That's great.
I'm ready for another song. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes. Ain't No Other Place?
The new one, because we will do another video clip that will be out in March.
This is not this song. Love You, Baby. That's another song.
Quale?
Yeah. Ain't No Other Place is another one. This is called Ain't No Other Place for You.
I always change the name with the songs. I'm sorry.
I remember a few times.
Now I understand, because I always used to have this problem with the band that I played with in Italy, both Italian guys, and the rhythm section could never remember the names of any songs. The keyboard player could, was also the sax player, but anybody who played either bass or drums could never remember the titles of the songs. So I know what you mean now. I know exactly what you mean.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's a classic. That's true.
But I remember a lot of names of people. That counts.
That's true. I forget so many names.
Well, what we used to do when we lived in Italy, because it was quite easy for other musicians to remember who I was, because I was the only Welsh person that they knew. So people would come over and say, "Hi, Rowland," and we had a code between myself and my wife. And I used to say to her, if I say, "Oh, ciao, caro," it means I've got no idea who it is.
Right? I say that all the time. Hey, dude, what's up?
Exactly. It's the same deal.
Another great word, if you want to use it. Ciao, grande.
Grande, yeah. But the other thing is, now, would you understand this? And I knew we'd get into Italian. Freghi. Do you know that? No, it's an Umbrian thing.
No,
could you put that in a sentence?
So, well, you could say, "Ma lei è il tuo frega." Tua frega. You can say, this is my boyfriend, would be il mio frego.
That sounds like a dialect from some.
It is, yeah. It's Umbrian.
Oh yeah, sure. They say fregate all the time.
Yeah.
They say fregate. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, the root of the word, it's like something like stealing.
Yeah, fregare.
It's not, because it's a little different.
No, it's spelled differently as well. It's spelled.
Yeah. They use that like I don't know. Oh, what the heck, whatever.
Well, they use frega as a friend. It can be a friend, or it can be like a girlfriend or a partner. Because the first time I did a gig in one of the bars, which in Cusey, which is on the Umbrian Tuscan border, I got there and it said Rowland e suoi freghi. Which I thought was lovely. Anyway, sorry, I'm in nostalgia mode at the moment now. You see. Okay, have we agreed?
Ain't no other place for you and me.
Sorry?
Ain't no other place for you and me.
Okay.
That's the name of the song. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ain't no other place for me and you. Ain't no other place for you and me. We don't know right now where we want to be. country music in Tennessee. Love the people down in New Orleans. Got a lot of friends in New York City. Got the blues in Mississippi. Ain't no other place for you and me. Drove her back from Ireland to Italy. Played from Bologna to the Baltic Sea. Sometimes we stay in cities, sometimes up on the hill. Ain't no other place for you and me. Ain't no other place for me and you. Ain't no other place for you and me. We don't know right now where we want to be. Ain't no other place for you and me. Sometimes we rock and sometimes we roll. Sometimes we're too fast, sometimes we're slow. Sometimes what you need, well, it's kicking up your shoes and dance with me. Ain't no other place for you and me. Ain't no other place for me and you. Ain't no other place for you and me. We don't know right now where we want to be. Ain't no other place for you and me.
Excellent, excellent. Lots more nice compliments coming in. I like this from Roberto Pascali. It says, "Siete una terapia."
Therapy.
Fantastic. Yeah, you are a therapy. That's lovely. I've had a comment here from Massimo Duca Pedana, who says that Fregi is from Perugia. Oh, there you go. So,
that's right.
I came across it in, well, we're not that far from Perugia where we are, but
not too far. I mean, it's in the same.
It's still Umbria.
Yeah. There.
It's a couple of hours south from us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought maybe you live close to Perugia.
Yeah, we were about 35 minutes drive from Perugia.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's but no, there's lots of lovely regional words. The one I like was Borfo, to mean drunk.
What did you say?
Borfo. Yeah, it's quite. I like that. The other one was I had a guitar student who came one day and had forgotten his plectrum, and I said, "All right, well, do you want to use one of mine?" I handed him, and it was quite a chunky plectrum. It's like, a big thick jazzy plectrum like this, and he went, "Mamma mia, è erto." Erto. There you go. Listen, it's been fantastic talking to you. Our hour has flown by. It's been really good. I've put up the thing that says where people can find out more about you. I'll put it back up.
I mean, they can look at the subtitle.
Yes, exactly. That's our website where they can find all the social media, but it's still Lovesick Duo everywhere, so it's pretty easy. But also people can buy our new album if they want on our website. It's available in vinyl, the 33, the 45. We have all our CDs and merch, so that's a place to go.
Lots of nice t-shirts, bandanas. You got the lot there, haven't you?
Yeah, and a mug for the beer.
Oh, and a mug. Yes, I saw the mug.
Beer.
Yes, I thought you were drinking beer tonight. I thought that's what your plan was.
Yeah, I use
Oh, okay,
like
fine. Yeah, okay.
This is beer.
Okay,
this is mine.
With minions.
Oh, well, salute ragazzi.
Cheers.
Did you see my My minions.
She has a tattoo. I know.
Okay.
She's crazy. Rowland, we had a blast. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
You're
Do keep in touch.
Person. Thank you so much.
It's been a joy, and I hope for those watching, I haven't indulged too much in things about Italy, because both Leslie and I are feeling very homesick for Italy at the moment, because we've not been back. This is the longest time that I've not been in Italy since about 1990, in the last 30 years, because I was there very, very frequently, so I'm missing it dreadfully at the moment.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
Yes.
When you come here, write us. Maybe we can meet to a concert, our concert, or
yeah, it'd be lovely. It would be great. Yeah, because I think one of the last times we went, we stopped off in Bologna for a couple of nights on the way down. So yeah,
so, no problem.
Thanks a lot, guys. It's been an absolute knockout. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The music's wonderful. Best of luck with it all. Thanks again to Mr. Zadro. To Mr. Zadro for. Great. Thanks a lot, guys.
Grazie mille.
Absolute pleasure. See you again soon.
Ciao.
That was knockout. Oh, fantastic. What a great pair of people. Lovely music. Just did we talk much about songwriting? I'm not sure we did, really, but it was good fun. I enjoyed it, and I think they did too. I hope you all did out there. It's been a really good turnout tonight. I'm sure we'll have lots of total number of viewers on tonight, which is great. Just to let you know what's coming up the next couple of weeks. Now we're moving into March. We've got Matt Long next week, young guitar player. I think he's up for Blues Guitar Soloist of the Year, and his band Catfish is part of that. Then we've got Michael Woods, who's a fine acoustic guitar picker from the Northeast. 16th of March, we're back to Italy again, and we've got Veronica Spurger and Max de Bernardi on, which will be great. 23rd, When Rivers Meet, which is a British blues duo. And then on the 30th of March, which will be our 40th edition, we've got Zoe Schwartz and Rob Coral. So we've got lots to look forward to. Thanks to everybody who's written in. It's been a great show. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I hope you guys have as well. So until the next time, look after yourselves and stay safe. Thank you.